Here are the new 12 LED can lights that I just put in. Ran into several fun problems, but we got to the end game. These things are really nice on a dark day. You can really brighten things up. They're dimmable, and I'll run through the problems that I had to make this job for somebody else nice and easy. This is the recessed shell that I had to take out. 12 of these shells, and I replaced them with these 6-inch LEDs. Now, a fundamental problem that I had was the brackets that held the expanding spring-loaded LEDs were not in place, and I needed to order those and then put them in place, and that was quite a challenge. You can see the stain around the recessed lighting area. So that stain is from the metal piece that was pulled out, and the perimeter has that stain. We purchased these. We ended up purchasing these rings. It's a plastic ring, white, about an 1/8 inch in depth, and it's the largest ring that we could get for our 6-inch recessed hole. These are called, what a great name, Goof rings, easy to remember. I also purchased these metal brackets to hold the hanging spring-loaded hangers of the LED lights that are right here. These are pretty heavily spring-loaded, which is good because that holds firmly the replacement LED light against the ceiling. Although these are non-trivial to get in to those can lights, adding on the side, so I came up with a solution on how to do that. Here's one of the first lights that I replaced. This is the new LED light with the ring on top to cover up this ugly stain on the ceiling. And right in here you can see there is a bracket that I had to add, and this was non-trivial. This was non-trivial to add this bracket. You see, in this one case, I inserted it or installed it upside down, thinking that would be easier to drill in from only 1.5 inches up. However, that ended up causing some problems, and I ended up doing it the correct way by finding a fantastic solution at the end. Like I mentioned, I had a little bit of trouble getting those brackets attached on the inside at 1.5 inches up. It's about 2.5 inches from the ceiling up into where that hole needs to be in order to put the screw in and hold that bracket in place. I did do it on the last light that I showed you, but multiple attempts. I tried using this drill with this drill bit to make the hole, but really can't get the right angle for this drill. It's too wide. So coming up from the bottom, the drill bit would travel up the inside of the recessed light. There's probably a solution to that, but I might try something a little bit later. My second attempt was to use this drill and a drill bit, a Phillips head drill bit, to just put the machine screw right in through the side. And I can get it to spin and go, but I couldn't get the machine screw to penetrate the side. Now, there could be some solution that allows a flexible drill bit to go in here, but I don't own that. So my third attempt was to use this muscle, using a little muscle to hold it with one hand, this nail in a small pair of vice grips, and then to use this hammer from the side to bang it in. Now, that ultimately worked, although the problem that I ran into was once I put the screw in, and I put the screw in using this, what happened was the screw on one side hit another metal housing of the recessed light in the back, and it caused the whole thing to tilt up on the other side, which then the light didn't sit flush against the ceiling, but I solved that by just loosening that screw some on the one side, and then the light sat flush against the ceiling. In order to get those holes made in the can, I did try one more thing, but it didn't work. So I had to go back to the brute force method. You can see the mess below that I have on here, but I did succeed in getting these brackets in at 1.5 inches from here to here, and then I marked where the hole needed to go. It's not tight, but they're both in, and that should be good enough. Well, I thought of a better way to do this, using the air compressor and this drill, and that has worked out an awful lot better. There's 6 can lights that need to be done. I did the first 5, and there's an air leak here, but I'm not going to worry about that. This is the last can light. As you can see, I marked from the ceiling here 1 3/8 of an inch up, and then I put the silver bracket here, mark the dot, and that's the area that I have to drill a little hole in using the air tool.